If you're over 60 and feel like your health is getting louder every year, higher blood pressure here, stiffer joints there, blood sugar creeping up, this might surprise you. Your body isn't failing you. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do in an environment it was never designed for. Modern life changed fast. Our biology did not. Most medical visits today focus on the last chapter of the story, labels like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, or arthritis, and we use medications to quiet those symptoms. Sometimes that's necessary and life-saving, but if we only manage the noise at the end, we miss the first chapters where the real plot twist starts, the daily mismatch between our ancient biology and our ultra-modern routines. Let's name the mismatch clearly in everyday terms. Food is too easy, too often. Ultra-processed foods and constant snacking keep insulin elevated, which drives fat around the organs, drains energy, and inflames joints. Light is upside down. We get bright screens at night and little natural morning light, confusing the sleep and hormone rhythms that keep metabolism steady and blood pressure calm. Movement is optional. Our muscles, once built for work, now sit most of the day. Less muscle means poorer blood sugar control and slower circulation. Stress is non-stop. News, notifications, and worry push the nervous system into alert mode, raising cortisol and belly fat. Microbes and toxins are out of balance. We've sterilized many foods and spaces but increased exposure to plastics and pollutants. Our gut bacteria and detox systems struggle to keep up. Here's the hopeful part. When you change the inputs, your body starts to change the outputs, often within weeks. That's not wishful thinking. It's how human physiology works. Your cells are listening to light, movement, food, sleep, and stress signals every single day. Shift the signals, and you shift the story. In this video series, I'll keep the original idea, look upstream to the root causes, but we'll upgrade it with modern US-based medical insights and simple, senior-friendly actions that fit real life. What we'll cover? The mismatch map. We'll walk through how today's food, light, sleep, and stress patterns push blood sugar, blood pressure, and inflammation in the wrong direction, and how small fixes reverse course. Food that fits your biology. Not a diet, but a pattern. How to use a short eating window, build protein anchors for meals, and swap industrial starches for fiber-rich carbs that steady energy. We'll borrow from Mediterranean and Blue Zone habits here. Light and sleep is medicine. Morning sunlight, evening dimming, and a simple bedtime routine that helps lower nighttime blood pressure and improve insulin sensitivity. Daily movement that changes labs. The 10-minute low-impact glucose walk, gentle strength work 2 days a week, and a movement snack strategy that's joint-friendly and proven to improve A1C and triglycerides. Stress resets you can actually do. Vagus nerve-calming breath, gratitude cues, and 2-minute downshifts that measurably lower cortisol and help shrink visceral fat over time. Gut and toxin balance. Fermented foods versus sugary health products, smart fiber, hydration, and practical ways to lower everyday chemical exposures without turning your life upside down. Throughout, I'll weave in what major U.S. centers report: Harvard, Mayo Clinic, the NIH, Johns Hopkins, Cleveland Clinic, plus what centenarian cultures practice daily. You'll hear the why in plain English: insulin, circadian rhythm, nitric oxide, vagal tone, no jargon, just how these systems respond when you give them the right signals. Here's my promise. You'll leave with do this today steps that are realistic, safe for most adults over 60, and designed to complement, not replace, your doctor's plan. Think of this as a practical reset, not a 20-year rewind, but a rate of aging reset, helping you feel steadier, clearer, and more in control within the next 2 to 4 weeks. Before we dive in, one more reassurance. If you take medications, none of this is about guilt or going off meds. It's about stacking the deck in your favor so your numbers improve, your doses may stabilize or even drop under your clinician's guidance, and your day-to-day life feels lighter and more capable. In the next part, we'll map the root cause in the simplest way I know. A one-page mismatch map that connects the 5 daily signals: food, light, movement, stress, and environment to the 5 problems most people over 60 face: rising glucose, stubborn weight around the middle, higher blood pressure, low energy, and brain fog. You'll see how a few tiny levers start moving all 5 in the right direction, ready to reset the inputs and let your body do what it's been waiting to do all along. Most people think chronic disease runs in the family. But what's really running in families is the modern lifestyle, the light patterns, foods, and habits that silently work against the body's original design. Let's look at what happens under the surface, in plain English. Your body evolved to survive scarcity, daylight rhythms, and physical labor, but in just a few generations, we flipped that world upside down. Food, 24-hour availability, refined starches, sugary drinks, and snacks that raise insulin all day. Light, bright artificial light at night, little sunlight in the morning confusing your circadian rhythm. Movement, most of us sit for 10+ hours daily. Our muscles barely send the "I'm alive" signal. Stress, constant dopamine hits from screens but no real rest or quiet. Microbes, sanitized food, sterile homes, but polluted air and water. This new world feels normal, but your cells read it as stress. And that chronic low-level stress is the root cause of inflammation, insulin resistance, and energy decline. As the Cleveland Clinic explains, every chronic disease begins with cellular stress, whether it's caused by poor sleep, toxic exposure, or nutrient imbalance. When you combine too much processed food, poor sleep, and stress, here's what happens. Insulin stays elevated all day, turning calories into fat around your organs. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside each cell, slow down, so you burn less energy. Your immune system stays on, causing chronic inflammation that damages joints, arteries, and even memory. Your gut microbes shrink in diversity, making digestion sluggish and nutrient absorption weaker. Your detox system, liver, kidneys, lymph, gets overloaded, and you feel it as fatigue, bloating, or foggy thinking. It's not aging doing that. It's the constant mismatch between what your body expects and what it's actually getting. That's why people in their 70s in Okinawa, Japan, who live closer to how humans evolved, often have better lab numbers than many 40-year-olds in America. They still walk daily, rise with sunlight, eat real food, and share calm social meals. No magic supplements, just harmony between biology and environment. Modern medicine is extraordinary at acute care. If you break a bone or have a heart attack, no question. But when it comes to chronic disease, the system often looks at symptoms, not signals. That's why you might see your blood sugar number rise slowly for years before being labeled diabetic, or your blood pressure creep up before being prescribed lifelong medication. Doctors treat the result, not the environment that created it. It's not because they don't care, it's because the medical model is designed for crisis, not course correction. Yet the science is clear. Most chronic diseases are lifestyle-driven, and therefore, lifestyle improvable. A 2023 Harvard School of Public Health study found that 5 simple habits, a healthy diet, daily activity, 7 hours of sleep, no smoking, and managing stress could reduce chronic disease risk by up to 80%, even in people with genetic predispositions. That means your environmental choices, not your DNA, write most of your health story after 60. Here's what this all boils down to. Your body isn't broken. It's waiting for better instructions. When you give your cells real food instead of constant snacks, sunlight instead of blue light, movement instead of sitting, deep breaths instead of scrolling, they start repairing inflammation, restoring energy, and balancing hormones naturally. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Even one shift, like stepping outside for sunlight within an hour of waking, begins to realign your circadian rhythm, improve your sleep, and stabilize blood sugar. In the next part, we'll break down exactly how to start that reset. The simple morning routine that scientists say can reprogram your metabolism and immune system. No pills, no expensive gadgets, just the right kind of light, motion, and calm. If you remember one thing from this entire video, let it be this. Your morning sets your metabolism for the next 24 hours. After age 60, your body's internal clock, what scientists call the circadian rhythm, becomes more sensitive to how you start your day. That means what you do in the first 60 minutes after waking can either help your blood sugar, mood, and focus stay steady all day, or it can quietly push you toward fatigue, inflammation, and restless sleep at night. So let's reset your mornings the way your biology intended. No trendy hacks, just the basics that Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and Blue Zone researchers all agree on. 1. Step into natural light within an hour of waking. This might be the simplest and most powerful health reset most people over 60 never do. Your body isn't just a clock, it's thousands of tiny clocks in every organ, from your heart to your pancreas to your brain. Those clocks all take their cue from light hitting your eyes and your skin. When you get real morning light, not through a window, not from your phone, but direct outdoor light, it sends a message to your brain. It's daytime, time to wake up, raise energy, and balance hormones. That one signal does 4 life-changing things. Boosts serotonin, your calm energy chemical that keeps you positive and focused. Regulates cortisol, your stress hormone, which should rise gently in the morning, not spike from coffee and screens. Improves insulin sensitivity, meaning your body handles blood sugar better all day. Sets your melatonin clock so you fall asleep naturally at night. Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford calls morning sunlight the anchor for your entire circadian rhythm. You only need 5 to 10 minutes, or 20 if it's cloudy. Take your coffee outside, stretch on your porch, or simply stand by an open window with light hitting your eyes. No sunglasses, no phone glow. 2. Move gently but early. Right after light, the next best morning habit is movement. Not an intense workout, just gentle motion that tells your muscles, joints, and metabolism, I'm alive and ready to use energy today. You don't need equipment. You can do a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood or hallway, light stretches for shoulders, hips, and spine, or even simple chair exercises if mobility is limited. The Mayo Clinic calls post-breakfast or mid-morning walking a natural blood sugar stabilizer. It activates large muscle groups that soak up glucose from the bloodstream without needing as much insulin. That means less afternoon fatigue, fewer cravings, and more energy for the day ahead. If walking outside isn't possible, just march in place for a few minutes while swinging your arms. It's not about perfection, it's about sending your metabolism a clear signal that you're using your muscles, not storing energy as fat. 3. Practice a 2-minute stress reset before your first screen. This is where modern life sabotages many older adults without them even realizing it. The moment we reach for our phone or turn on the news, our brain's stress centers light up. Even small emotional jolts. A text, a headline, an email can raise heart rate and blood pressure. Before you let that happen, build a 2-minute calm ritual right after waking. Here's one backed by Harvard Medical School's Benson Henry Institute for Mind-Body Medicine. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, out through your mouth for 6. As you exhale, silently repeat a word like calm, peace, or steady. Continue for just 2 minutes. This activates your vagus nerve, the long nerve that connects your brain to your heart, lungs, and gut. When that nerve calms down, your whole body shifts from fight or flight to rest and digest. The Mayo Clinic notes that even brief daily relaxation practice like this can lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points and improve sleep quality within 3 weeks. So before you scroll, breathe. Before you check messages, move. Before you caffeinate, step into light. Why this morning trio matters more after 60. After 60, your body becomes slightly less flexible in its daily rhythms. That means it needs stronger, clearer cues to know what time it is and therefore what to do. Light tells your brain what time it is. Movement tells your muscles and insulin what time it is. Calm tells your heart and nervous system what time it is. Together, they reset your internal master clock. That clock, in turn, regulates over 300 genes tied to metabolism, inflammation, and immunity. It's the simplest form of preventative medicine, and it's free. In the next section, we'll tackle the second half of your day when most people unknowingly undo their progress. You'll learn how to time meals, rest, and light exposure to lower inflammation, support digestion, and help your body naturally detox overnight. These next steps will make your evenings work with your biology, not against it. If your mornings set your rhythm, your evenings are what lock it in. And for anyone over 60, the hours between 6 p.m. and bedtime can either be your body's healing window or its most stressful period. Here's something most people don't realize. Your body does its best repair work only when you sleep well, but the quality of that sleep starts with what you do in the few hours before bed. In this section, we'll cover 3 small evening changes that, according to Harvard and the NIH, can lower inflammation, steady blood sugar overnight, and even reduce your risk of dementia. Dim the lights. 90 minutes before bed. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful anti-aging habits there is. Our ancestors never stared into bright light after sunset. Today, though, our homes are filled with LED bulbs, TV screens, and phone glow that tell the brain it's still daytime, keep cortisol high, don't make melatonin yet. When melatonin, your sleep and repair hormone, is delayed, every system pays the price. Your blood sugar runs higher overnight, your heart rate stays slightly elevated, your brain misses its nightly cleaning cycle that clears out waste proteins linked to Alzheimer's. A 2022 Northwestern University study found that even moderate room light at night increases insulin resistance and next morning blood pressure. That's why the Cleveland Clinic now recommends creating a sunset signal at home. Here's how. Turn off overhead lights after dinner. Use a lamp or candlelight instead. Avoid looking directly at screens. Use blue light filters or glasses if needed. Try listening to soft music or audiobooks instead of watching TV right before bed. This small cue tells your body, night has arrived. Within 20-30 minutes, melatonin starts flowing and your metabolism begins to cool down for repair. 2. Stop eating 3 to 4 hours before sleep. Here's something few people talk about. Digestion is one of the body's most energy-heavy jobs. If you go to bed with a full stomach, your system stays busy breaking food down instead of repairing cells, balancing hormones, and detoxifying. That's why the National Institute on Aging and Harvard Medical School both emphasize time-restricted eating, where your last meal happens at least 3 hours before bed. After 60, this approach helps with better overnight blood sugar and insulin control, improved heartburn and reflux, deeper, more restful sleep, more energy in the morning. If you feel hungry late at night, sip something light and warm like herbal tea with chamomile or a small cup of bone broth. Avoid sugar or alcohol before bed. Both raise blood pressure and disrupt REM sleep. And remember, your goal isn't fasting for the sake of discipline. It's giving your body time to finish its day's work before switching into maintenance mode. 3. Wind down your mind and your nervous system. After 60, one of the biggest sleep killers isn't just caffeine or screens, it's an overactive nervous system. When you carry the day's stress into bed, your body thinks it still needs to stay alert. That's why a 2020 Johns Hopkins study found that a simple evening relaxation ritual, breathing, stretching, or journaling, can lower nighttime cortisol by up to 27%. Try this short, science-backed sequence before bed. The 4-4-6 calm routine. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold gently for 4 seconds, exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds, repeat for 10 rounds, then think of 3 moments of gratitude from your day, even small ones. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair mode, and helps your brain store positive memories before sleep. If you prefer movement, gentle stretching or slow chair yoga helps release stiffness and calm the body. And if you struggle with overthinking at night, here's a simple Harvard trick. Keep a notepad beside your bed. Write down what's on your mind. Tell yourself, I've parked it for tomorrow. This helps your brain let go so it can shift into recovery mode. Why this matters so much for seniors. As we age, the body's nighttime repair cycle becomes slightly weaker, but it's not gone. You can strengthen it again by aligning your evening habits with your natural biology. When you dim the lights, finish eating early and slow your breathing, you're actually telling your body, you're safe. You can heal now. That's when your immune system recharges, your liver detoxifies, your brain clears metabolic waste, and over time, that translates into sharper mornings, steadier energy, and fewer chronic inflammation symptoms. In the next part, we'll cover how to strengthen your body's defense system, the immune, gut, and detox pathways that keep you resilient after 60. You'll learn which foods reactivate your good bacteria, how to protect yourself from hidden toxins in water and plastics, and the simple nutrient combinations that can lower inflammation without pills. When people talk about strengthening the immune system, they often think of taking more vitamin C or zinc. But if you're over 60, your immune health isn't just about vitamins, it's about your terrain, the gut, liver, and lymph system that keep everything clean and balanced. And here's the truth. Most doctors never have time to explain. If those three systems are supported, your body can handle almost anything: inflammation, infections, even toxin exposure, with far greater resilience. So today, let's walk through how to rebuild those natural defenses from the inside out. Over 70% of your immune cells live in your gut lining. But over time, stress, medications, and processed foods can thin that lining and shrink your microbiome, the good bacteria that control inflammation and digestion. Think of your gut as a thriving garden. Antibiotics, sugar, and preservatives act like droughts and pesticides, wiping out your beneficial microbes. Fermented foods, prebiotic fibers, and diverse vegetables act like compost and rain, bringing that garden back to life. According to a Harvard Medical School review, seniors who eat more fermented foods, like kefir, sauerkraut, or unsweetened yogurt, have a 20–30% higher microbial diversity, which is directly linked to lower inflammation and stronger immunity. Here's how to start healing your gut daily. Include one fermented food at least once a day: kefir, plain yogurt, or raw sauerkraut. Eat prebiotic fibers like oats, onions, garlic, and green bananas. These feed your good bacteria. Drink plenty of filtered water to keep your digestion moving smoothly. And avoid what Johns Hopkins calls gut disruptors: artificial sweeteners, seed oils, and refined starches. These inflame the gut wall and make it leaky, allowing toxins to slip into the bloodstream, a key trigger of chronic disease. You don't need supplements to fix your microbiome. Just feed it real food again. Your liver is like your body's built-in filter. Every chemical you touch, breathe, or eat passes through it, from cleaning sprays to food preservatives. But after 60, the liver's detox enzymes naturally slow down, especially if your diet's heavy on sugar or processed oils. That's why so many people feel fatigue, brain fog, or morning stiffness without realizing their liver's simply overwhelmed. The Mayo Clinic recommends focusing on foods that naturally boost liver detoxification: cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage; rich in sulforaphane, which activates detox enzymes; garlic and onions loaded with sulfur compounds that help flush toxins; lemon water or grapefruit, gentle liver tonics that increase bile flow; green tea high in catechins that reduce oxidative stress on liver cells. Try adding one of these at each meal. For example, start your morning with warm lemon water, have a cup of green tea in the afternoon, and add broccoli or cabbage to dinner. And if you want to protect your liver even further, cut down on alcohol, high fructose corn syrup, and seed oils, the triple threat of liver stress. Your goal isn't detoxing for a week, it's making your liver's job easier every single day. Unlike your blood, your lymph system doesn't have a pump, it relies on movement to circulate. It's your body's garbage collection system, carrying waste away from tissues and supporting immune cells. When you sit for long hours, lymph flow slows down. That's why many older adults experience swelling in their ankles, stiffness, or brain fog. It's not always age, it's stagnation. Here are 3 easy ways to keep your lymphatic system moving after 60. Move every hour. Even 2 minutes of walking, stretching, or arm circles keeps fluid flowing. Breathe deeply. Your diaphragm acts like a pump that squeezes lymph channels when you inhale fully. Hydrate and dry brush. Gentle skin brushing before a shower helps stimulate lymph flow, while water keeps it circulating. A Cleveland Clinic study found that gentle daily walking, even 10-15 minutes, increases lymph circulation by 25%, enough to improve immune function and joint comfort in older adults. So if you've ever felt sluggish, heavy, or puffy, movement might be the missing medicine. When your gut bacteria thrive, they train your immune system to stay calm. When your liver works smoothly, it filters toxins before they cause inflammation. When your lymph system flows, it carries that waste away efficiently. Together, these systems form your body's healing triangle, and they're the real foundation of long-term health. And the best part? You don't need special pills or detox teas, just daily consistency with movement, hydration, and real food. In the next part, we'll close with the 20 easy lifestyle habits that bring all these pieces together, the same daily rhythm used in blue zone regions where people regularly live to 100 with energy, clarity, and strength. By now you've learned how aging isn't just about time passing, it's about how your body responds to your environment. The good news? You can start shifting that environment today. Every one of these 20 small habits is backed by science from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and real-world research on blue zone longevity. Together, they help you sleep deeper, digest better, move easier, and think clearer without adding more medications or expensive supplements. Let's go through them slowly, clearly, and practically. Get sunlight within 60 minutes of waking. Even 5 or 10 minutes of natural light outside, not through glass, resets your internal clock. This triggers healthy cortisol, boosts energy, and prepares your body to produce melatonin later at night. Hydrate before caffeine. 1 glass of filtered water before coffee helps flush toxins from your liver and hydrates your brain cells. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon for electrolytes. Move before breakfast. A short walk or light stretching lowers morning blood sugar spikes and improves digestion all day. The Mayo Clinic calls it one of the most effective non-drug ways to improve insulin sensitivity. Eat a protein-rich breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, chia pudding, or a small portion of nuts help you stay full and stabilize energy. Avoid refined cereals or bread. They cause sharp glucose swings that drain your focus. Take a few deep breaths or pray before screens. This 2-minute pause activates your parasympathetic nervous system, calming your heart rate and lowering stress hormones. Eat real, colorful foods. Focus on meals built around vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Think Mediterranean-style, olive oil, fish, leafy greens, nuts, and avocado. According to Harvard's Healthy Aging Project, seniors following this pattern reduce heart disease risk by 30 out than 40%. Let's move after meals. A 10 to 15-minute walk after lunch helps clear sugar from your blood and supports digestion. Drink green tea instead of sugary drinks. It's packed with antioxidants called catechins that support liver detox and brain clarity. Spend 10 minutes outside or near greenery. Exposure to nature, even sitting on a porch, lowers blood pressure and boosts mood, according to the Cleveland Clinic's mind-body studies. Check your posture. If you sit for long hours, roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. A straight spine keeps your lungs open, helps circulation, and reduces neck pain. Eat your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. This gives your digestion time to finish before sleep, lowering inflammation and improving nighttime blood sugar. Keep dinner light but nourishing. Include some protein, vegetables, and healthy fat like salmon with greens or lentil soup with olive oil. Dim the lights 90 minutes before sleep. Turn off bright overhead bulbs, lower your screen brightness, and let your body know night is coming. This allows melatonin to rise naturally. Practice gratitude journaling or calm breathing. Just 3 minutes of reflection lowers cortisol and helps your brain shift from alertness to rest. Keep your room cool and dark. Optimal sleep temperature is around 65-68 degrees Celsius. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask if needed. Move your body daily, gently but consistently. Walking, yoga, tai chi, or swimming all improve joint mobility and keep lymph fluid moving. Studies from the NIH show that light exercise 5 days per week can reduce chronic disease risk by 40%. Eat fermented or fiber-rich foods often. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and beans feed your gut microbes and reduce inflammation. Eighth, stay socially connected. Call a friend, join a walking group, or volunteer. Research on Blue Zones areas where people live past 100 shows that daily connection adds up to 8 extra healthy years of life. Keep learning new things. Reading, puzzles, or even learning a new recipe stimulates new neural pathways. The Mayo Clinic calls this cognitive exercise, and it's linked to lower dementia risk. Spend time in gratitude or nature daily. Whether it's 5 minutes watching the sunrise or simply noticing your breath, this is how your nervous system resets. As Harvard psychologist Ellen Langer says, awareness itself is a form of healing. None of these steps are extreme. They don't rely on perfection or expensive supplements, only consistency. Because the body doesn't need to be forced to heal. It simply needs the right environment to do what it's always known how to do. Your biology remembers how to be well. You just have to remind it every day through light, movement, rest, and real food. You can't stop aging, but you can slow it and even reverse parts of it. Your cells rebuild, your brain rewires, your energy returns. Not because of luck, but because you learned how to live in rhythm with the body you were born with. Now, it's your turn. Which one of these habits will you start tonight or tomorrow morning? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know what resonates most with you. And if this video helped you, please subscribe for more science-backed, heart-centered health secrets for life after 60. Your health story isn't finished yet. It's just entering its strongest, clearest chapter.